I'm Gary Isaacs with the Ike Picket Show, sponsored by Isovac, the ultimate clean air machine. As I'm speaking today, the United States government is working on a different tack. Donald Trump has established a Bitcoin digital reserve, much like the gold reserve in Fort Knox that was established to protect the foundation of the United States dollar at one time. The dollar was tied to gold before 1971, when President Nixon removed the connection between gold and silver. It didn't take an act of Congress to do that. It was just an admission that the United States had spent more, and the Federal Reserve had created more dollars than the gold reserve could verify by the amount of gold necessary to back it up. Now I have a question. Wasn't that an act of fraud? France thought it might be, so they sent a warship to the United States to get their gold in exchange for their dollars. Nixon had to do something quickly, so he suddenly declared that the United States dollar was no longer tied to gold, that it was only backed by the faith and credit of the United States. In 1971, Nixon declared an emergency, as is provided by the United States Constitution for a president to do. He disconnected gold from the dollar by executive order. He also took away every other commodity connection, including silver. Before about 1974, there were a lot of dollar bills in circulation as silver certificates, with the declaration printed on them that they could be exchanged for silver at any time. In order to enforce the Nixon executive order, silver certificates had to be removed from circulation. I could see what was happening in 1973, so I took a silver certificate to the teller window of my local bank and asked to exchange it for a silver dollar. The nice lady had a puzzled look when she told me that the bank didn't have any silver and they weren't obligated to make such an exchange. It felt like fraud to me at the time, and it still does. The United States government had been stealing from the American people and every other country in the world since the declaration at Bretton Woods in 1944 that the United States dollar would be the world reserve currency. They made us believe that enough gold was there when in fact it wasn't, and that it would be kept there as long as was needed to back the dollar. If a Bitcoin reserve is intended to provide value to the dollar, it'll have to be tied to it in the form of a stablecoin. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If dollars are tied to Bitcoin in the form of a stablecoin, it's likely tying an anchor around the neck of those who hold them, much like exchange-traded funds. Stablecoins are no more stable than the dollar by itself, and they are not decentralized, and neither or exchange-traded funds. I'm Gary Isaacs. If you choose to know more about how your money works, open my website, myintegritypath.com, and get my books, Standing Up to the Coup and Searching for Bitcoin. In the meantime, keep in mind who you are, why you are here in this world today, and sleep peacefully at night knowing that your integrity and your Bitcoin are in your own custody.
Ever feel like your home's air is a chaotic mosh pit of dust and allergens? Isovac Ideal Atmospheres is the backstage pass to pure allergen-free air. Just plug it in, set the timer, and let it work its magic. No rocket science degree needed. Its super air vac tech and sleek design make it the VIP of air purifiers. Breathe easy everywhere in your home without breaking the bank. Remember, no filter changes required. Level up your air game. Grab yours today at isovac.com.